All right, GFC 119-pound weight class preview. Tony Greathouse, JJ Johnson. We're running through the seeds. JJ's the guy that does the seeds. So if anybody has any complaints about seeds, go to him. No, it's he does a great job. He's been doing it for a long time. We take all this information of all these kids from all over that go to different tournaments and try to seed them. So it's definitely an art form that's tough to do. But anyways, 119, tough weight. We got a lot of really good kids. Everybody seated is like top 2 or 3 in the state, and with national credentials. You got a handful of really, really good wrestlers, multiple state placers that are unseated getting drawn in. So another really good weight. 119 traditionally tends to be a really good weight. It feels like we always have really, really good kids at 119. So this year is no different. One thing before JJ goes into the seeds, JP's from South Carolina got hurt / sick last week at the Elite 8 duels. He was the 2 seed, ranked 20th in the country. He's not coming. He informed us he's not going to be here. But we got an ad, Deion Johnson from Illinois, who's ranked, I think, 18th in the country. Fargo finalist, just signed up after the pre-seeds came out. So he'll slide in. They might just be a clean swap, I think, at the 2 spot. Peace out and peace out. That's funny. And Deion Johnson in. So anyways, with that, JJ, what do we got at 119?
Yeah, so you've got Bloom as the 1, defending champ, Fargo All-American. And then, like you said, Deion Johnson, he was actually 6th at 105 at GFC last year. So he's been there. And then Ackland, Yorchuk, Klus, 2-time Michigan champ, Evans, an Ohio champ, Terrell, Tennessee champ. And then, like you said, a lot of 2nd, 3rd. You do have some champs in there too. But you asked me about the biggest weights. I think this is probably one of them, 119.
Yeah.
And deepest too. So I think maybe the top end is maybe a little bit more worked out, but I think like to make the podium, you'll see some guys that are going to have breakout tournaments to get through. I think there's a lot of parity once you get down past the first couple. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out for sure.
So Jackson Bloom, 1 seed, Lowell, Michigan. He's a state champ last year as a freshman. He's ranked 17th in the country. And he's top 50 for his grade, class of 2025. Johnson, you mentioned, is ranked 18th in the country. Cannon Ackland from Oklahoma. He's one of the first Oklahoma guys that we've had. Maybe the first, honestly. I mean, I'm sure we probably had one that snuck in that I didn't realize. I know for sure if he wins it, he's the first champ from Oklahoma. So that's pretty cool. And you got his brother as well. The next weight class up will be our next preview.
Is it his brother? It's a different name.
I thought it was the same name.
Clay Gates?
Oh, shit. That's still a different name. I just made that up in my head that they're brothers. No, they're not brothers. Anyways, so Ackland they're from the same club, though. I got that right.
I mean, yeah, I'll believe that.
Anyways. So Ackland, he's top 100 in his class. He's ranked 88th in his class. He was ranked top 20 in the country when he first signed up, but I don't think he's competed. I don't know how he got out of the rankings. I think something's wrong with that. But anyways, he's a 3 seed. And then you had mentioned all these other guys: Ethan Urichuk, 2-time state champ from Tennessee; Cade Klus, 2-time state champ from Michigan; Cole Evans, Ohio state champ; Bryson Terrell, another Tennessee state champ. And then the list goes on and on. You can read all the pre-seeds. They're on MichiganGrappler.com. But yeah, like you said, this is going to be a really good weight, very deep, a lot of good matches. And those top guys are going to get tested. I mean, you're going to have Bloom, Johnson, and Ackland. They're going to have state champs. All of them are probably going to have state champs or close to it in the quarterfinals. And they're going to have tough guys in the round of 16 too. So lot of good.
So if you look at like Bloom, when he won it last year, he won an OT in the quarters. So, just kind of what you expect here, tough matches from the quarters on at the least.
Yeah. And that's what this weight's going to be. I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out because, someone's going to knock someone off. And yeah, there's going to be some really good matches. And it's cool the way that we structure it now with, we're keeping the the 2-day format that we had in Myrtle Beach. Now we're back in Michigan. Before we went to Myrtle Beach, it was always a 1-day tournament in Michigan. And when we went to Myrtle Beach, we switched to 2 days originally, mostly because of COVID protocols. We had to keep everybody so spread out, so we needed to make it a 2-day thing. But the nice thing about the 2-day format is weights like this. These, there's a lot of good matches that are going to be happening. And before, when it was a 1-day tournament, the quarterfinals were happening so fast, that like you missed it. Where now the way that we do it, the quarterfinals are the last thing on Saturday. So it's like Saturday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there. These matches will be happening, these quarterfinal matches, and they're kind of highlighted and you really get to watch them. And it's going to be a lot of really good wrestling. So,
and the other thing too, with going to 2 days instead of one, is the fact that you just never knew how many kids were going to be there. Like if we would have tried to do this in 1 day now, it'd be impossible. We'd be there till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Just with the sheer numbers. But before, like there's years before where we did it in one day, we got out at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
It's just, that's a miserable thing because you still got tear down and everything afterwards.
Well, and it's tough for these guys competing too, because like a weight class like this, you got a weight that's, I don't know how many guys are in this weight, but it's going to be a 64-man bracket. So you're looking at wrestling, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. You're talking like 5 or 6 matches in 1 day. And at least, if you're winning the tournament, you're going to have, 2 or 3 of them that are pretty tough. And so now you're wrestling that last match, like you said, at 10 o'clock at night, you're exhausted, you've been there all day, So yeah, I think it's a lot better competitive atmosphere. The way that we're going to do it this year, or the way that we've done it the last couple of years, and the way we're going to do it this year. So, yeah, no, it makes for a much better tournament. And I'm kind of stalling because I don't want to make a pick. I like Bloom a lot. He was really impressive last year. He seems to find a way to win. He would be a 2-time champ, which, he's in that list. I think I'm gonna pick someone different though, just for the sake of picking sake. And I'm gonna go with Cannon Acklin, Oklahoma, first Oklahoma champ. And if he wins, I'm gonna play over the speaker Toby Keith cowboy song. What's it called? Should have been a cowboy. Should have been
okay.
Oklahoma, that's fair. Cowboys.
Yeah, I get it.
So, anyways, that's my pick. But yeah, this will be a great weight class to watch. Really excited to see this weight unfold. And if you're coming to the tournament, make sure you watch these guys. If you're not coming to the tournament, it'll be streamed live on Flow. Brackets are on Track Wrestling. Follow along all weekend, and that's our 119-pound preview.